There's so much risk having 20-odd people try to devise something from scratch.
We're trying to make this show about cancer, and actually it's a bit tricky.
So I've gone from having nothing to having a full show. I don't really know how it's happened.
Because everyone's just a bit terrified.
It's not going to be easy. Each step has to be committed.
There's a lot of tears, but I expected that from the beginning.
There is a light inside of me that you and me both can't see. It glows and glows down below. Why can't cancer fuck off? Oh, cancer, you're more annoying than a hotline for cancer. Can your bulb stop burning out?
The project kind of started with Brian Labelle. He's brought some shows here to do with his experiences with cancer. He's been associated with the Bright Light study and wants there to be a theatrical response to this study that's youth-led, and he thinks the theatrical response should be youth-led.
I've known Contact Young Company for a little while based on their reputation, and I just know that they're kind of the most up for it. So I was really excited to find a partner who'd be interested in really giving the Bright Light research the consideration that it deserves.
We go for like controversial or big topics, and we're not afraid to like push that onto our young people and just see what they come out with in response.
I don't want to be the director that tells you what to do and then you do it. I want it to really come from every single person in this room. And that means that you have to commit to it. You just have to, otherwise we won't have material.
Yeah, there will be points where you're like, what am I doing? Why am I doing this? And we're going to work on getting you to stop asking those questions.
One of the things we've got to do is get in the right state of mind to be creative. You know, if you're just in your head, you can't be creative. If you have to plan everything before you try things, you can't be creative. The best work comes when you're not thinking about it.
It's very different because when you're devising it, it's all entirely your own work. So you get like maybe a lot more pride of ownership, but at the same time, it really is all on you.
So everything that you see in the play has come from them. There's been no kind of script given.
Focus isn't about being an actor per se, it's about being a theatre maker.
We're trying to create this sense of ensemble and sense of a company. It's about what you want to say and what you want to do. We have to just create the environment where you can do them. This show feels like it's been done for a reason. Why are we making There Is a Light?
To demystify cancer.
To demystify cancer?
To lighten a scary subject.
To lighten a scary subject?
Usually what happens that we see the most is that young people who have cancer deal with cancer. And young people who don't have cancer talk about cancer. And what we saw here was actually those two groups coming together in a really beautiful way.
I don't know if it's taboo, but it's a touchy subject. Unless you're having a direct experience with it, you feel like you 100% don't have the right to talk about it. And that's what I think a lot of us felt like who hadn't had to deal with it before, and that's why we got the new members who have dealt with it, so we would have that openness to ask the questions we want to ask.
But it's a subject that people kind of brush over on, don't really talk about. Using the word cancer more frequently was something that was weird and something to get used to.
And at the beginning of the process, I purposely didn't say cancer, and I purposely would say, you know, that thing.
It's like I'm used to writing comedy and performing about myself and my experience or something I'm connected to. So it did feel a bit uncomfortable doing it about something that isn't mine.
Really, hand on heart, honesty, I'm asking now, from all of us. Who feels alienated from this subject matter? Yeah. To a degree? Yeah? No, good. Well, yes, because I can feel it. And I should also put my hand up. I'll be really honest with you. It's a fucking hard slog trying to make a theatre show about something you're not passionate about. What I get passionate about is some of the reasons that came out of why we should make this show. Giving young people a voice, talking about some of the more intricate things about having cancer that aren't talked about.
With having cancer myself, I wanted to be involved for awareness, really. I got quite a lot of misdiagnoses, so that is one of the main reasons why I'm doing this. I had what they call a chondrosarcoma. You'll have never heard of it. It's a very strange tumour on my spine. A friend of mine had it on his hand and he had to have his whole arm amputated.
You're going to receive a letter from the Royal Orthopaedic Hospital. We've received your biopsy back. We found a tennis ball-sized tumour in your spine.
We need to remove 3 of the vertebrae.
Before this, I had a spine operation, so I literally couldn't walk for a while. Doing this has actually got me out of the house and got me out of my comfort zone, really. So it's been really good for me. Confidence-wise, I've gone from 0 to all the way up here.
We wanted to make sure that the girls that we recruited didn't feel like they were only here just to talk about their cancer stories. We wanted them to feel like they were definitely part of the company and they're going to go on to be in other shows.
At first, I didn't think that I was going to get emotional about it, but as the process goes on, when you hear people's different stories, it really affects me, so that makes me more passionate about the show. There was one story, one of the girls, and she said that she can't have children because of her cancer, and that was really emotional to me because that's what I look forward to in life. That's what I think about all the time. To know that we're basically the same age, but her life has completely changed because she's got this illness that's randomly picked out, and I don't have it. It's like, it's not fair. If that happened to me, I don't know what I would do.
It's weird, like, because I thought I was okay going through like everything that I've been through and telling people, but sometimes people can say stuff and it just brings back all the memories. But some days I find it hard, but then I just laugh it out, and I think the guys in the company are very good at supporting us.
It's been really rewarding actually, just watching like the conversations that have happened. There's a lot of tears, but I expected that from the beginning. It might have gone a bit like that, like a roller coaster, but it's always ended with learning. And we were still feeling like a team.
Cancer is so big, bereavement is so big, illness is so big and scary, and we're so bad at talking about them that actually having a monologue, it can be a starting point for actual engagement.
Who slit the sheet? The white sheet is slit. Whoever slit the sheet is a white sheet slitter. Who slit the sheet? The white sheet is slit. Whoever slit the sheet is a white sheet slitter.
They're really immersed in it right now, turning research into interesting theatre. I mean, that's a tough job by any standard. If they engage in that discussion, then hopefully it can really have an effect on the work they create in the future and the type of artists they become.
Adura's great. Adura is great. She puts you right at ease, but she gives you freedom.
And working with her is brilliant because she's put it a lot in our hands, because obviously it's such a personal thing and it's about people our age, and just having her there to guide us rather than direct us in a sense has been really great.
I like to judge whether it's coming from a place that they really believe in and then they're performing. That's kind of what I want to do. I want it to touch them emotionally.
With how far we've come from like the beginning to now, we had this language and now it's just completely changed.
It's been constantly like shifting and changing, like uncontrollably.
It feels really good to have gone from having nothing to having a full show, and I don't really know how it's happened. It's really good what we've done, but I'm really looking forward to kind of the next 24 hours when we take it to a whole new level, and it's going to be something completely different again, which is what's really exciting me.
And it's a stressful period of time for everybody.
At this stage, there's nerves from everywhere because everyone's just a bit terrified of how we could possibly pull it all together. It's a bit scary, but it will work out, so it'll be all right.
The process, the past 10 weeks, has almost been more important than the show itself. For me personally, going through that process of talking about things and finding out about people and building relationships within the cast and finding out that everyone is an individual. It doesn't matter whether you've had cancer or not. And I think that shows in the piece that it's about individuality. I can't wait for tomorrow. I'm well excited.
Fantastic show. Starting positions. Thank you very much.
What type of medication will I be on? The research
really tremendous, actually. It was funny, moving, rude, entertaining. It was great. It was really,
I thought there was
really
such a
good.
lot of information packed into it, but it was really entertaining as well, and it was very funny, actually.
They're very judgmental, aren't they, doctors? I swear last time I went in, she just said, "Still a fat alcoholic slut?" "Okay, here's your prescription." And I thought, my God, finally somebody accepts me for who I am.
Everything they said made sense and really put a new light on things, actually. I've been crying. It actually made me cry and it made me laugh, and I think that's really hard.
You are the only person who ever let me eat cumin with a spoon. You have jiggly arms that I would play with, protective and loving, and I used to innocently ask you if you'd leave them behind.
It was lovely. Everybody was absolutely brilliant. Incredible.
My daughter was in it. She's Amy, who suffered from the spine cancer. A lot of people probably don't realise what young people go through with cancer, and I think it was a really powerful performance.
It's really, really well done.
With your grief! Hit me! With survival! Hit me! With everything you've got!
I don't think any of them realise how talented they are. And actually, I think the point where they do realise it is probably when something will be lost in them. There's this magic that they come out with. Just the stuff they come out with. It's great. It's so great. Very proud to be working with them as artists, not just as young people.
I think I'll miss it, to be honest with you. I've quite enjoyed going from this quiet little person to probably one of the loudest in the cast.
We've grown so close as a company, and I think because of the subject matter and the places we've had to go in rehearsals, like emotionally and stuff, I'm gonna miss not being around everyone all the time and not also having that space with people to be so open and have so much fun as well at the same time. It's never going to be this cast again after today, and that's really sad, but also great that this has happened and that we've had that time.
What moves me the most is watching them all at the end and how they own everything. Remember the day we made the decision? And I went, it wasn't you, but fine. It's absolutely theirs, and they completely own it, and I think that's really good.
You're not alone. And there is a light. When the world is dark and uncertain, there is a light. Your body decays before the time is right. It's never right to carry the weight of this burden. But you're not alone. And there is a light.
Sorry, this song's pissing everybody off now, isn't it? It's pissing me off. There is a light inside of me that you and me both can see. It glows and glows down below.